Hey everyone, so finally here I have the 6 disc edition from Germany of Army of Darkness, the Ultimate Edition, and this is a very large set. I have a lot to say, so I'm going to try to not waste any time. So I'm going to start off with the packaging itself. It comes in a box like this. Excuse my camera, I'm using my iPhone to film this, so it's not the highest, resolution. It's not super pretty. And it comes with a booklet in German, so I can't read it. What I might do is I might get it translated, put it in Google Translate or something. There's no pictures that are exclusive in it or anything like that. So I don't know what the heck it says. Don't ask me. It's in German. I don't know German. And here is the discs themselves. So you can kind of see the theme of. And that's where the booklet goes. So there's 6 discs. The first 2 are Blu-rays. The last 4 are DVDs. The first one is Director's Cut. I'm going to explain what's on each disc so everybody knows exactly what they're getting. On Director's Cut disc, there's English and German trailers. There's a photo gallery. There's a Director's Cut, and there's a choice of audio commentary. So the photo gallery is very interesting, to say the least, because what it basically is that it's poster gallery. It's like a film release gallery, so there's Laserdisc covers, VHS covers, DVD covers. Then there's a few random things like the comic book covers, soundtrack covers, and then it shows off a bunch of merchandise, mostly the statues and related items. And then a few, at the very end, there's a press kit, and then there's some props and replicas, stuff like that. And that's what the photo gallery is, and it's about 180 photos. It's a lot. There is a disadvantage to the photo gallery, which I'm going to talk about later when I talk about disadvantages of this set. But before I move on, I just wanted to say real quick, they took pictures off the internet, and I know this because my friend's photos, I spotted them in the gallery. So I'm supposed to forward them to him, if I can get a picture of my screen or something. But I'm pretty sure those are his photos I spotted in the gallery. So it is kind of well known that the Germans in their releases, they tend to do bootleg stuff. And speaking of that, somebody tweeted to Bruce Campbell that they got this set, and then Bruce retweeted it or something and said, "Yay, bootleg." So it's kind of confusing because supposedly this release, Coach Media, I think that's how you're supposed to pronounce it, worked with MGM and Universal to release this. This is what I read. But then Bruce Campbell tweeted this saying bootleg, so who knows now, right? There's that. And is the Director's Cut the transfer from the MGM Region 3 release? The answer is yes. Yes, it is. It is not. They did not use any part of the Screwhead Edition transfer at all, which has that reddish tint to it, kinda. This is definitely an actual Blu-ray transfer, and it looks great. And I'm happy to say that this was my main reason for getting this, because there is no actual transfer of the Director's Cut on Blu-ray. And if you've known me well enough, for long enough, you'll know that that's my favorite version. I absolutely cannot stand the international or the theatrical cut at all. So, good news. It is a great transfer, in my opinion. I'm not one of those high-res crazy people who can speak up all to the technicalities of everything, but take my word for it, it is not the muddy transfer from the Boomstick edition. So, good news there. So that's disc 1. Disc 2 is the international cut and the theatrical cut. And that's pretty much it. That's all there is, and that's the 2 Blu-rays. The next 3 DVDs are very simple. It's just each cut on a DVD by itself and nothing else. So this one here is the European International Cut. That one is the director's cut, and this one here is the theatrical cut. So those DVDs are pretty plain and simple. And then the last disc, disc 6, is bonus material in the sci-fi cut. In my opinion, if you were to get this release, the reason to get it would be the first disc and the second disc. If you want the cuts, like, they're all Blu-ray transfers, they're all great transfers, they look great. And then this disc right over here, because it has the sci-fi cut. And I think that's why Bruce said bootleg. I don't know if he was in on this release or he knew much about it, but who knows. What's on this disc is not just the sci-fi cut, there's bonus things. And the bonus material is Creating the Deadites. That's the behind the scenes kind of like feature with K and B that was made for the Screwhead edition. It has a making of featurette that was online that it's like the old featurette that played in the 90s. That was available online and I think got taken down, but it looks great, Nick. It's not bad. It's not a bad transfer ripped from the internet. It actually looks good. The next one is actually a brand new thing I have not seen before, and another part of the reason why I got this version is that it has interviews with Sam Raimi, Bruce Campbell, and Rob Tapert. These are basically the long version interviews that were used for the featurette, so it's actually nice to actually see the whole entire interview, kind of, or the bits that they had. So that's definitely a reason to get this edition, that little exclusive feature. It's not very long, but it's still really nice to see brand new content. For me, that's the reason to get anything. There's the deleted scenes with commentary. There's a behind the scenes feature it's on YouTube right now. You can watch it. So that's not anything like brand new either. There's the animated segment, the Evil Dead trilogy segment that's also online, recently uploaded last year. That was a homage to the Ollie Moss poster, so that's in there too. There's a bunch of teasers and TV spots. I gotta say, there is a lot of teasers and TV spots, so that's really cool. And there's a VHS commercial, and that's really cool too. So that's everything that's on the last disc. The good news is the sci-fi cut, the choices are, you can watch it in English with German subtitles, or you can watch it just in English with no subtitles. When this was advertised previously, they said that it was going to be in German with English subtitles, but they changed it. I don't know. That's the one thing, I swear to God, when it comes to buying movies online, there's always that confusion. Sometimes the information isn't correct. Sometimes they'll say region free and it's not region free, stuff like that. So that's good news right there. I was really happy about that. And about the cuts themselves, yes, they are the actual cuts. I'm putting a link in the description where you can click and see all the differences between all the cuts off of a Book of the Dead. That's a great website. If you haven't visited already, I always talk about it. So what else is there to say, really? I guess I'll talk about the disadvantages of this set. It is called the Ultimate Edition. It has tons of material, and it took me a long time to watch everything. I made it my business to watch all 4 cuts to see what the transfer is like. And yes, the sci-fi cut is a standard definition transfer. It is not a Blu-ray transfer at all. It's on the DVD, and you can really tell. The interesting thing about the sci-fi cut, it's one of those reasons to watch it, really, is just to see how interesting it is all the dubs that they had to change the lines because, it was on television, plus the fade in and fade out because of the commercials, stuff like that. The disadvantages of this set, like I said, it's region locked. Lucky for me, I happened to get a region free player a week before I got this, so I cut it close, but I did it. I got an insignia, and I paid $70 for it. I would have paid $40 if I was American, but God knows us Canadians have to pay a lot of money just for shipping. But still, that's half the price, or even less than half the price of the next region-free Blu-ray player that I could buy, so I was really happy about that. The only problem with it is the remote control is a little, it's pretty shitty. It's not a really nice remote control. Sometimes I press the button, it doesn't work, so I have to press it again. But otherwise, it works fine, works great. So it's region locked, but I'm lucky. I don't have to worry about that. There is one feature, The Men Behind the Army, which is a lot like Creating the Deadites, that is missing from this set. And there is the production photos. I said I was going to talk about them again. The thing is, if you have the Screwhead edition, the Blu-ray, not the DVD, the Blu-ray, you will see that there's a picture-in-picture feature where you can watch production photos at the exact same time as the film, and these are all exclusive photos. None of these photos are on this release, which I was crossing my fingers for like real hard. Unfortunately, they're not on this release at all. So yeah, that's another thing that's missing from this release. And then last but not least, depending on who you are, this might be a semi-bootleg release, because maybe the sci-fi cut wasn't okayed by anybody, but they put it in anyway, you know what I mean? So for some people that might be seen as a disadvantage. I don't like the idea of bootleg releases, but I know this is at least an official release, because they, like I said, I read somewhere that they worked with Universal and MGM to get this out. So so that's everything I wanted to say about this. I knew I said I had a lot of things to say, but that's about it. Also, I guess the choices of audio for the other releases is German and English, and then with German subtitles or English subtitles or no subtitles. So if you're wondering what that is, the audio on the back, it's written Dolby Digital 2.0, but there's supposedly DTS 2.0 as well, according to Amazon Germany. And one last thing I almost forgot to mention, there is a French release that is region free, and it has everything here except for the sci-fi cut, and it doesn't have the animated tribute that's also on the last disc. So if you really want the sci-fi cut and you have a region free player and you're willing to spend the money, because this is about 39 euros, that's how much I paid for it, but with like all the fees and shipping and everything, it came to 44 euros for me. I suggest you buy it off of Amazon Germany's website, because there's a bunch of people trying to sell it for double the price, which is ridiculous. I don't know why people are doing that, but they are. And if you don't care about the sci-fi cut that much and you want this released, go to Amazon France and import the brand new region-free Blu-ray they just released, and you should be happy. So this is it, pretty much. I know this video's been pretty long, but I do care about communicating all the features and extras, and so that you guys know if it's worth buying or not. And I hope you enjoyed, and see you next time. Bye!